Some people call it the hidden dirty secret, which is that the data center industry is one of the major emitters of carbon dioxide. The projections out to 2030 and 2040 are that data centers will be taking 10% plus of the global power supply and emitting commensurate amounts of carbon dioxide. We're all taking photos more and more, higher pixels, replicating our data more and more, and it's almost inexorable. So it's difficult to see how that can be reduced to pure quantum of data. And then the amount of compute with artificial intelligence and machine learning coming out using more and more power. The climate change issue, particularly as it relates to data, compute and storage, I think we're all conscious of trying to get that down as low as possible. And there's a bunch of things that we've been doing at Hydro 66 to make that happen. One of the things was to look at how we could design an environment where the lowest possible carbon emissions would be. Co-location customers, particularly those looking for high performance compute, where cost is particularly important, but also the amount and availability of power in each rack and the density and so on is critical. One of the things that we looked at when we first started this project was having huge amounts of available power that isn't being used or is costly to transport somewhere else and is 100% renewable and green. So we sited our first location up in the north of Sweden to build a facility there. It benefits from super low pricing in terms of the energy, as well as fantastic green credentials. The power up in the north of Sweden is the lowest power price in Europe and competes reasonably well with the lowest power prices in the world. So it just makes sense. It's one thing talking about reducing the carbon footprint, but there has to be a way of doing that which is in a cost-effective way. So this story is not going to go away, and it's all very, very critical to our futures.